Good afternoon. Dominic Martino, Education Committee Chair, and DCR Systems Consigliere. Just joking. So every year at SEMA, the Education Committee, we walk the floor, and all the board members kind of look around for different tools and interesting toys that we can bring back to the shop and bring back to you and present. So before we start the presentation, though, I'd like to thank Toby Chess and Kai Young as the original architects of the Education Committee and Kool Tools. So thank you for your support and mentorship. So at this time, I'd like to call up the presenters. So Andrew and Kai, Dito, and Amber. Unfortunately, some of the tools, one of the tools I'll be presenting was on back order, so I haven't gotten it yet, but we're still going to talk about it. So if you want to go ahead, Aaron? Thank you. So VIM Tools out of Tampa, Florida, makes some great tools and automotive tools, sockets, and socket rails, magnetic. So I was really impressed with these tools. As you can see, they hold aerosol cans, and we're using the jars, the magnetic jars for our parts carts, and they're durable. They can throw these things on the ground; they won't break. And the techs love them. We got them for the techs and for the parts carts. And they got some other great stuff, but we're only going to bring a few things here. But at the end of the day, they're doing some great work, and the family that owns it now, I got the chance to talk to the father and the son that run the company, and are great people. So shout out to VIM Tools. Next up is the Innovative, also another great innovative company that makes some great accessories. And this is on order. We haven't got it yet. It's on back order. The one that they were displaying at the show was sold. But this is a great tool to take in the booth with you. And when we're painting multiple mirrors and door handles, it's nice to have them all in one spot. And these all pull out, and you could paint them and turn them around and pop them back in, and it's got 4 magnets on it that are coated, and very nice tool. So next up, Andrew.
Hi everybody. I'll talk about the innovative XStand. So the XStand itself is not a new tool per se, but those who are not familiar, the XStand can be used for holding doors and bumpers and fenders, parts like that, while a technician's working on them. But they have released a new support arm option. And with the way modern bumpers are being shaped with such large grills, sometimes handling a bumper cover becomes a 2-person operation. And what's really nice with the support arm option is that it will clamp the bumper on the XStand, and it holds it very rigid. So previously, and this is a little clip from my shop, we've been using this now for about 6 to 8 months, and the techs love it. And it's there's these really nice swivel joints that are very easy to move around depending on the bumper shape. And what my shop is very small, so for us, space is really important. All of this collapses down to fit really nicely on the XStand itself when you're not using it. So great product. Really can have lots of good feedback from my team. All right, and the next thing I want to talk about is this product from Shuretape. And those who are not familiar, Shuretape makes that the frog tape. If you've ever been to Home Depot and seen some of their products, they're actually getting a lot of momentum in the trades with like plumbers and construction and things like that. But they have this product that kind of bridges the gap between a barcode and a QR code, and it's VR code. So it comes on a roll, and you can tear it off, and it holds data on that code that you scan through their app. So you can put this on equipment in your shop. You can use it on parts cards. You could use it for anything that you want to hold, maybe a checklist. They've even integrated a customizable QC process where you can make it tailored to however you want. So it's very intuitive and simple to use. I've been testing it out in my shop for almost a year now, and there's so many ways that you can implement that. This is just a quick example of what a QC checklist could look like, and it's, again, completely customizable to whatever you want. And the BR code team or BitRip, who handles that for Shuretape, will customize it to whatever you need. It's very, very simple and straightforward. And there's reporting. You can attach images, video. You can link it to a Google form. You can do a lot of really innovative stuff that can help, reduce downtime from your equipment not working properly, or just having a way of tracking other data.
You really embraced this product, so thank you for that. You could probably teach us how to use it. Huh?
I could. So inventory management is it's really good for that. It's also good for safety items within the shop. I've even used it for maintaining my equipment. You could even use it during repair planning if you wanted to document something beyond your current space that you wanted maybe a technician to reference later on in the repair process. They could scan that. Like, let's say, for example, there was a complex part that was taken apart. A tech could record a short video of that, save it into this, put the barcode maybe on the work order or on the window of the car, or the BR code, I'm sorry, and then go back, and that's a reference point for later use.
Thank you, sir. Sorry, go ahead.
That's a good question, Tim. From what they told me is that it is on their cloud. I don't know, we're not using it to store customer data, so there's no identifiable information on there. But from what they've told me, that's where it lives. No, it's not too many questions, but I think there's a limit to how much you could store, number one, because there's different account levels that you can purchase to get more of that. I asked Shuretape if they would come today to be here for this, and they weren't able to make it, but I'm sure I could get you in touch with the people that have reached out to me, and we can answer more of those questions.
Tim, one of the things, though, that we saw in the conversations with them that I think was interesting, and you can see the web addresses on there if you want to check it out at shuretape.com/BR code. But the tape has some permanence to it, depending on what level that you get. So you can get paper ones, or you can get like ones that are meant to withstand the weather conditions on cargo ships. So we've seen examples where people are keeping like vehicle service records in association with their BR tape on their car or things along those lines. But even if you were a repair planner and you wanted to keep examples of where, I don't know, either people had denied operations and you wanted to associate them all with a file that was to a specific code, or where they had approved operations and you wanted to keep them associated with a code, right? Like, I think there's a lot of ways where anything you want to record keep, you can keep, make it easily referenceable.
Yeah, if you want, if anybody afterwards wants to talk more, I want to be respectful to the others. Feel free to come chat me up. I've been using it for a while now.
Thank you, sir. Next is Kai Young.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that for the people that don't know that Dominic has a team that we all went out in the SEMA aisles and looked for, tools that we thought we could implement in the industry that people could use. And that we have a lot of things that come up, and we actually do vote to see what this list is. So just to let you know, if you have products out there, that's how we come about doing this. This was actually pretty neat. Amber's the one that actually found this, and we had a situation at our shop where PPF, paint protection film, or clear bra as we call, is very predominant in Southern California. So before we can do repairs, we have to remove this film. What happens is sometimes when a vehicle has been repainted, the paint comes off with the film, and we had that happen. And so I immediately bought this thing for the next projects, and you can see how easily that works. You just use the steam, it pulls it off. It does decals, it does emblems, it could do door molding, just absolutely fabulous. And the price point is insane. I mean, it's just, the ROI on this thing is probably 5 cars for the amount of time it takes.
That's great.
Next up is this bumper push hand tool. It's from Kent. It's actually a 3D printed piece, and I'm sure that some engineers came up with this type of design because, I mean, we've used dollies, we've used, pieces of wood and stuff, but this actually, is a pretty neat tool. This is a really deformed bumper we had. We preheated it with an infrared lamp just to show you how this tool can work in your shop. So you can see the actual tool. He was able to use this to push right in that area where it was actually really deformed, and actually it came out pretty easy. I mean, that was a pretty severe bumper, and you can see how easy that was to take care of. So I thought that was kind of a neat thing for shop owners.
It's real light too, and maneuverable. It's got a lot of different.
Exactly. If you guys want to come up, pick it up, kind of check it out. All right.
Next up is Amber.
So the product that we demoed or have been actually using for a few months now is this Terason. It's a stone chip guard. This product is amazing. This is us in the shop, my guy. So you buy this special gun with it. It's water-based, 6 hours till you can paint over. So you can literally, so here we are spraying out kind of our test panel to match the texture. It, not a lot of bleed through, if any, and it goes down so nice. And again, 6 hours until you can paint over it. So we'll typically do it either in the morning or at night, let it dry overnight, and then come back. You can sand it, paint it, whatnot. And Chris and I did check to make sure that that was accurate information we're giving you all. But when it comes to like Porsche, the rock guard, any of them, I mean, you still have to obviously template and map out, but just far easier product to work with than some of the other solutions out there. You can see how clean the lines come out by pulling it. And again, it's water-based, so it can be sold in all 50 states. And it's a nice product. $54.99 it lists for. Yeah.
Their whole product line is really amazing.
Yeah,
we use them in our shop as well.
Yeah, agreed. Thank
you. Next up, thank you. Dito Diaz from Goliath Carts was kind enough to come down and present his product. Goliath makes some great products. We have some of their products in our shop, and go right ahead, sir.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you. This is my first SCRS event, so I'm very happy to be here, and this is an honor for me. So this is our test weld stand, and this was so like you guys have mentors, we have a group of people that we work with, be it shops, be it consultants, and when we develop all of our products so that we can ensure that, we're hitting the targets of, how we develop things that where it's going to have the features that we want. So this one in particular was a challenge from Mike Anderson's 20 group, the Spartan group, and they were looking for a solution for creating test welds. So we had probably 8 or 10 folks involved, some ICAR folks, some other folks within the industry, and it's a fairly simplistic stand, but it really does allow you most of these pieces over here articulate in 360. All of these do, so you can lift it, you can put it, you do overhead welds, you can do horizontal, vertical welds. You can put a lot of different thickness of materials in there. It's got some spots where you can put, has a little wet, dry box in there to put your coupons, and spots to put, pretty much everything, and has a little spot where you can label the work that you're doing so you can document the weld as you go. There's a mobile version, which is the one I brought. It also has the ability to be bolted right onto the ground as well. So again, simple, but something that we've needed in the industry. And we're very happy again to have built it and to be here today. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Dito. It's a great product, and wish you the most success with it.
It would pair perfectly, Toby. I want to give a nod to you. So a number of years ago, Toby put together a destructive test weld worksheet, essentially a front and back page that was intended to be printed out, laminated, kept with your welding equipment. And that's still available on the SCRS website under technical resources, but it would be the perfect thing to pair with this, right? And you could laminate it and hang it right from those hooks there. But I know you and I talked a little bit, Dito, about like that feedback that you got from that council, and this was really a design driven by like industry response. I think it's awesome when companies utilize that type of feedback. So thank you for the team you pulled together to give you the resources for this, because I do think weld testing is such an I feel like we do a lot to try to promote it, but it's still something that we can't talk about enough because it's simply not performed enough out in the field.
Thank you again, Dito. And thank you for making some great products.
There's a top brace when it's bolted to the ground that will, if you have it in a corner, allow you to bolt it to the two corners to keep the top really, really sturdy.
I had a question. How often do you collaborate with others in making products? Is that something common that you do?
It's 100% of the time.
Awesome.
So we have a very large group of shops that we use, and we have full alpha tests and beta tests, and everything goes out to the shops for feedback or feed forward. And then we use that to continue to develop out all the features.
Great process. Thank you so much, Dito. Appreciate you here. Well, thank you. That concludes our presentation. If there's any further questions about any of the products, please feel free to come up to us. Thank you.